Turn that off so you guys can actually see everything that we're doing. Alright. So it finally spawned us at the right one since we saw the other barn and stuff, so that's pretty cool. Go ahead and get this. Okay, should be working. Okay. All right. So last I checked, we need... I think the cows are fine now. I think we did feed them all, if I'm not mistaken. They do have some milk, though, we can pick up. Yeah, they got a lot of... Dang, we got a lot of milk we can pick up. Okay. I think it's going to be the next thing we do, is haul some milk. Since there's not a whole lot to do right now on the farm. I gotta speed up time eventually, though, and get the crops growing. But all of our wheat's pretty much planted and stuff, and everything's starting to look good. Gonna pull this out. Because I can't get the milk truck out unless if I move this, so... Man, I think this is already dirty again. I just gave that thing a bath. Alright, here's the milk truck. So we'll do the smaller barn, and then we'll top off with the larger barn. The larger barn, I think, will be at least a whole nother trailer load. So, we're close to it, I think. So that'd be kind of nice. To look at prices too to see where we can sell it at. I didn't even realize we're that full on milk yet. But I did make some profits back, so. Okay. This is gonna be a tight squeeze. Trying to think of the easiest way to do this. Probably like this. Just do kind of a UE at the moment. Should have gotten around from the other entrance, but it's fine. This works. I have to turn down the sensitivity. So there's about 36,000 liters in this one. Gee, thing only holds 32,000 liters. Wow. Wow, okay. So, I guess I can just leave the 3,000 that's in there. That's fine. But this other one has 51,000. Gee. That's going to be at least 2 semi-loads. So, where is the best price to sell milk? That's what I need to figure out. Okay. I just was on it. I'm gonna use my mouse for this part. It's 1,000 times easier. Okay, where are you? Milk, milk, milk. It's not alphabetical, is it? Fruit, miscellaneous. It's probably gonna be in here. It is alphabetical. Here we go. Milk. Okay. So they're only offering 2,000 for, which isn't terrible. I think I know where it is. Because I think when we did it last time, I think it's the only place that takes it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think I'm right. Yep, it is there. Okay. I kind of had a feeling. It's gone down a little bit in price, but that's fine. I mean, it's about full, so I gotta sell it anyway. Big semi-truck. Please don't turn into me. Thank you. I wonder how much money we're gonna make off of selling. I think just over to 2. Maybe I'll only sell 2 full. I don't know. Just have to kind of wait and find out. Can't see around this corner. It's fine. Once we get this milk sold, I might speed up time a little bit and then just kind of feed the cows as we go. I actually might go through some equipment too that maybe we can sell, because we've only got $209,000. I mean, which isn't, it's low compared to what we're used to, that's for dang sure, but feeding all these cows has gotten expensive. It's not really a money thing, the reason I'm doing it. I just like it for the realism. I think what we need to go is in here. Yep, that's right. Oh, hang on guys, I'm getting a phone call. Guys, I'll be right back. I gotta go do something really important real quick, so. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go do something really important. I'll be right back.
Hello? 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 Oh, he's gone.
Okay. Oh, that's done. Oh, sup, Gav?
You're back.
Yep. My mom came home and needed to help her with something, so. Okie dokie. What's up? You on FS too? Yep, you are.
Yeah, what am I doing?
Right now I'm hauling milk.
So
I guess-
have to spray, or you finished spraying?
I finished all that. I guess. In the meantime, I'll have you come. Give me 1 sec. So, I'm just gathering milk in the milk truck right now, and then we just need to speed up time so we can start cutting wheat.
Okay, so
but-
what do we need to do right now?
So what you could do is, all the cows are good. I'm gonna speed up time by times 10 or so, and if you just want to keep feeding the cows over and over, you know where they're all at, right? Or actually, no, you haven't seen the new.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the new one yet, have
The
you?
new one? No.
So I can show you that after I get this. Actually, if you want, yeah, you can come right here. Teleport to the semi. You can ride with me, and then I'll show you the stuff after. So. You found this. I'm at the larger grain bin, or the larger dairy, just on the east side of the farm. You find me yet?
Still go.
Oh, you just passed me. There you are. So we got almost a full another semi-load from this to get as well. So 2 more loads and all of our milk is hauled. But we made 60K from one, so we'll make probably close to almost 180,000 off milk, which will be really nice. And then we've got I disabled weeds permanently, so we won't have to worry about spraying them. So we only have to spray once, and that's for fertilizer. Because the reason we're not double, yeah, so we're not double spraying fertilizer anymore because whenever we use the planter or the air drill, we make sure that I do dry fertilizer with it. So I don't have to worry about spraying 3 times. Hopefully, we only have to worry about it once. But yeah, so we've got a lot of wheat to cut as well. We'll probably use both swathers and then use the combines because it'll give you if I know correctly, we're supposed to get a 25 or up to a 25% yield bonus from that. So that means we're gonna get 25% extra grain, and that'll help with the money. So after this too, what I'll probably do is I'll get a bunch of equipment and we can haul that we don't use anymore, and we can haul it and sell that. Like the carrots we probably won't do again. I'm trying to think of what other equipment we have. We got some other equipment too, but I need to check up on our... We need to check on our, what's it called? Our tree fields as well. The pulp bar. So... Alright, let's see how much we get from this. And yeah, I got a new breeder barn. It's not another dairy, but it's another breeder. So all of our calves that we get, we're gonna send to there once they've grown up, and those are gonna be our stock cows. And you know, yeah, you've seen the big, yeah, you've seen the new calf pen, the
Yeah.
large one. So there's another $63,000. Sweet. We'll get close to 400,000 after this next semi load, I think. So that'll be kind of nice to get, but. I've thought about starting another dairy barn too, because in total I've counted, we have 971 cows, including our calves. So, yep. We have almost 100 calves, and the rest are all, a couple of them, I think we only have 20 stock cows, and then the rest are all dairy. So 800 something dairy cows. Come on. Another 19,000 liters. We got 5,000 other liters as well on the other dairy, but I'll probably just leave that for now. This will probably give us probably 40,000 if I had to guess, maybe. So we'll probably have $370,000, $380,000. Come on, semi. There we go. I'm almost debating if the swathers are worth it because it takes so much longer to harvest, where with the combines you can do it all in one go, but I wonder if that's worth all that, you know, if it's worth that all that extra effort, because you got to make a second extra pass technically. So I mean, because we got a lot of wheat to cut, like a lot. We may not even do it, I'm thinking. We may just use the grain headers with the combines. It'll make it go a lot faster. I'm thinking. Just an extra 25%. I know that's a lot of money, but I don't know. What did?
Discord.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not surprised there. Oh! Like a kitten out of milk pail. Alright. I'm guessing 376,000, Gavin. That's my guess. 376. Oh, I was close. 375. Ooh. There we go, Gav. 130,000, 140,000 nearly. Just made from selling just over 2.5 trailer loads of milk. I will take it. park this in the shed, and then I'll show you where that new one is with the pickup. It's a lot easier to drive that. You don't drive yet, do you, Gav?
No. No.
No? What's the laws up there for Canada for driving? Is it the same as the U.S.? Oh, it's the same as the United States? Okay. I'm telling you what, man, it's one of the best feelings in the world, especially with my disability. Being able to drive, and it's so nice being able to go where I want. Of course, I can't do that yet because I don't have my license, but I should have my license here hopefully in a couple of days or in a week or so, 2 weeks. There's some of our new calves. I think you hauled those. Yeah, I think you did haul those then. That feed mixer's full. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we'll just use the regular grain headers, Gav, because that's more time. I know you don't like to spend that much time on FS, so I need to probably lower my sensitivity in driving. I know it's been like this forever, but it just throws me off so bad. Oh, I'm gonna hit it. Nope. Barely. Hmm?
What is that? What are you doing?
No, I was gonna hit the header trailer. I don't want to do that. There we go. That's much better. Might hit the baler. Yep. Oh, come on. There we go. That's better. Perfect. Alright, follow me. We'll take the pickup. Oh, wait. Shoot. I need to back this in, too. Dang it. Ugh.
I'm still sitting in here.
Alrighty. There we go. Okie doke. Oh, that was a jump. Here, you can follow me. Hop in. Perfect. So I'll show you where the new one's at. This is the back road you can take, but I mean, if you go left to the regular side, it'll get you there just as easily too. So. So it's just across the railroad track here, so this is it. Actually, you might have seen this before too.
Yeah, I was here. I helped you fill this up. I know this.
That's right, you were. It's been a while since I've seen you on. But yep. So those are our breeders slash stock cows. So, how does it tell me the pulpar on this? Is it actually accurate? Oh, it's getting close. We'll take a drive down there and have a look. Because I don't know. Sometimes it's not always accurate. You know how FS is. foggy. Hagiev.
What?
It's foggy in the game. I don't know if your graphics
No.
allow you to see it.
I'm
but...
on the lowest graphic.
Oh, yeah, mine it's pretty foggy. Here's our pulpar trees. Oh, they're still growing. Cool. So you got these 3 fields here. And the silage harvesters right over here for it. And we got the tractor behind it. I might get a different tractor for that though to pull that, because that thing is gonna... It's gonna hate it. Alright, cool. So what I'll do is, when we get back to the farm, I'll have you just kind of start feeding the cows. I'll speed up time a little bit to where you're able to keep up with it. I don't know how that's going to be, but I don't know how fast that's going to be, but I'll start at times 10. That might be a bit fast. I don't know. I could do times 5 as well, but... And then while you do that, I'm going to pull out the equipment that we don't need anymore, or that we're probably not going to use. And then you can just, I'll sell that as you feed the cows, so. Okay, you ready to give? Alright. They're okay at the moment. If we run out of feed, Gavin, on that left barn, all this here is brand new feed. This came from one cutting, by the way. All this grass. So if you need it, it's right there. So I'm going to go look for equipment that we're not going to use. Oh yeah, let me speed up time a little bit. I'll start slow, Gav. I'll start at times 5. And then if I need to, I can do times 2. But I think that's going to be a little too slow yet. Okay, let's see. We want to go to... It does times 3 too. Okay. Times 5, times 6. Okay, we'll do times 5 for now. Alright, Gav. Have fun feeding them calves. So, if you can't keep up, let me know. And, I'm thinking we probably won't ever do round bale stuff again, so I might get rid of that. And I'm
doing all of them? Or...
Yeah. You're just topping them off, keeping them up. And I can help you too once I get rid of all this equipment that we're not going to use. So I can probably get rid of... I might get rid of our round baler stuff, so... Because I think the square bales are 1,000 times easier. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll just sell the... I hate doing it, but we'll sell the Vermeers, and then... go from there. I might just pull it off to the side and then sell it each by each, because I think hauling it back is a waste of time. I don't know if we get extra money for it, but... do we have 2 round balers, or we just have 1? Oh, we do have 2. Okay. So... It doesn't eat the twine nearly as bad either. is round balers. They just eat twine like crazy. Okay, I'm gonna park it all right in front of the fuel station right here. All the stuff we're selling, so we'll do that one. That way there's no confusion or anything. Make a little bit of extra room in the shed. We won't be able to fit any other stuff in here, but it's fine.
Am I filling up the breeding barn?
You shouldn't have to worry about that for a while. There's only like 25 cows in there, and I did like 2 full cycles, and it barely went down. So
Okay.
yeah, unless if you see that they're like starting to get low, but other than that, you shouldn't have to worry about them. I don't think. So it's on ×5 right now, and what are their fill levels at? Because I literally just fed them before you came on. Oh, they look fine. I'm gonna speed it up a little more, Gav.
Okay.
So what's the right filter? I keep forgetting. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to do ×10, so it's going to go twice as fast as what it is right now. I think you can handle it. If not, let me know and I'll slow it down, but it'll keep you busy. So I'm going to go ahead and so the round balers are out of this shed. I'm gonna check every shed just to make sure. We need that still. We need those still. Okay, so this shed's good. How about this? I think we just have our spraying equipment, I think. Yeah. That's fine to stay in there. We're gonna use those. We need those. This is that's a poplar planter. We can maybe keep that. This machine we don't need. This is a carrot harvester. So this we can definitely sell. Okay, there we go. Okay. Next piece of equipment is out. So those sheds have been checked. What about this one? I think we just have a skid loader in here, I think. And we definitely are gonna need this. We've got 2 square balers, two square bale loaders, so we'll keep those. We've got a spare grain cart. That can be useful for later, maybe, so I think I'm gonna keep that for now. Definitely gonna keep that loader tractor. It's a must. We have 2 land rollers. We'll keep those, I know. There's one there. Cattle trailer I'm gonna keep because we're gonna probably use that in the future as well. What's in the shed? Our main grain cart we'll keep. We've got this giant plow. Probably keep that because we have to use that for corn. Spare sprayer tractor. I might keep the tractor, but I might get rid of the sprayer. Got the combine in there. Got a planter. Definitely keep those. And the semi we definitely need to keep. So I might just get rid of the sprayer. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get rid of the sprayer. I might keep this tractor though. This will be good to keep as kind of like a spare tractor. I do like it too, of how fast this thing is. I'll just use this as like a spare chore tractor. Okay. So the sprayer we can get rid of. And I think there's another bale fork in here, I believe. Yep, we can get rid of that because we're getting rid of all of our round bale stuff. Actually, I might just get rid of this tractor too, honestly. I don't really think we're going to use it for anything much, but... Okay. Our older 6R. How many hours do I have on this tractor? We got 5.5 hours on it. This has the weeder on it. I might keep this. This will probably be used for our chore tractor. If we need spare stuff, I'll keep that. But I think we're gonna get rid of this because this was useless. Because we're not gonna be doing weeds anymore. So get rid of this. I'll just keep you parked in here. We've got cotton equipment. I don't know if I want to keep that or not. Air drill we definitely need to keep. I think the only thing we might get rid of is this cotton stuff. Don't know if I'm ever gonna do cotton. If I do, it's gonna be a big thing, I think. So I think these two we can sell, and cotton harvester will sell. It's almost brand new. It's only got a third of an hour on it. So we'll sell this. Don't need it. Okay. So that big boy, and then I think just this. Get rid of this big boy.
What are you doing?
So all this is the stuff I'm gonna be selling. Parking it all in the front here. I think that's pretty much it. It's just this stuff. So we should get at least, like, bare minimum $1 million back. At least.
Bro, I'm doing absolutely no. The cows are not raining at all.
They're not? You sure?
They're like, yeah. They've gone down like 5,000 each. They're still more than good.
Okay, I can speed it up more then. Okay, what is it at? Times 10?
Yeah.
Times 30?
30 now.
So every 2 seconds a minute goes by. So, just so you know. Faster than that, you think, even? You gonna be able to keep up with that?
Well, I'm hopping off in 20 minutes, so I'll do as much as I can till then.
Perfect. I'll speed it up even more.
Probably more. It's not really moving much.
Times
I would
60.
just, when it starts getting low, turn it back down or something.
Okay, 360. Go by fast.
Like, I'm gonna wait till they go to literally 5,000 meters left.
Alright.
Where's this? Where's the cow pasture? Do I have to do that? Is the cow pasture this right here?
Yeah, so you have to do both calf pens and both dairies. You have to work.
How do I do this one?
The one behind you, you just pull up really close next to it. So you gotta do, you pull on it from like this side right here, where I'm standing.
This one needs to be filled up to like
Yeah.
8,000.
Yeah, you gotta get pretty close. I'll slow it down now, down to times 15.
No, you're still good. Oh, that was this one. Where's the other cow pasture? I think I know where it is.
You don't know where the calf?
I
where the
gotta
other?
go. I think I know where it is. I thought it was this one that we needed to sell.
It's fine. You can wreck it. I don't care. Selling it anyway.
The far one.
Yep. All right. Let's sell all this
You
stuff,
must
guys.
build this one up with a lot of bales, like extra bales, because one thing hasn't gone down a single bit of like liters, so a max with I think more bales just sitting in it.
I think I put probably, I don't know, 15.
You put a lot in.
Yeah.
Not only are they mixed, there's some whole ones. It's still at max. There's still more bales being broken.
Really?
This is crazy. How much is in this thing?
A good amount.
Turn it off! Put it back to normal.
Why? What just happened?
I looked away for a second and they're all zero. Oh nah! Put it back to normal.
It's on real time now. You should have plenty of time now.
The cow barn. Look at the cow barn where it says zero and everything. Except for straw. Straw's at half. Oh nah. Why'd it go so fast?
I told you. Oh, that's because it's nighttime. Yeah. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna sell all this used equipment.
This is nice at nighttime. I like this.
Me too.
The best.
Me too. It looks really good with the graphics. I like it. I just don't like it when my graphics card tries to render at the highest.
I get it.
What? I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying.
Fair buddy.
Wow.
You win your $5,000 gaming PC.
Well, in Canadian, yeah, probably 5,000. Ironically.
I feel like scammed on my computer.
I told you, man. You should have. I don't know if you have the money, but you should have gotten a 4060, man. You would have gotten such a boost in performance.
Yeah, but guess how much this just costed alone? What I have right now.
15
the
probably.
3060 cost 400.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
And if I want a 4060, I have to put the power supply also.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
The power supply was like that's
well, to a 40 with a 4060.
This is barely the minimum for a 3060. This is barely.
Oh. I mean, if you want, I can put you together a new list eventually if you get the money. But
I mean, all I would do is I also don't need to. I'd rather like stay with my 3060 and save up money.
You could upgrade to like a 1440p card if you want. Like the best
budget.
Oh,
100%. I'm gonna do that eventually. Like once I if I want to.
If you were to do it right now, I would do a 7700 XT is probably going to be your best price to performance budget 1440p card. And if you wanted to go with NVIDIA,
am I blind?
They're in the other shed gav over here. No, but the
I-
ones that I restacked are in this other one right here.
Oh, here we go. I found them.
Yeah.
They're in the same spot. I just couldn't see them because they were in the night.
Yeah, it's dark. Yep. All right, now I'm actually gonna sell all this equipment. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is where it is. Vehicles. View on map. Here we go. Okay. There's 150K back. Wow, that was 64 grand right there. Gee. Oh, how much is this gonna sell? Almost 600K. Gee, boy. Glad we sold that we don't use.
Let's go. We got light. God, I actually couldn't see a thing. I tipped over the bales. Even with the tractor lights, bro, I had to get a floodlight. Oh, this actually, we need to get floodlights in here. Bro, I'm gonna do that one day. I'm gonna go around the farm and floodlights around in the barn.
30 grand for that, gee. 40,000 for that sprayer. Sell this piece of junk. It's a waste of money. There we go. What's this? Nope, we don't need to sell that. I think we got rid of everything. Dang, dude, we got $1 million. Wow.
Can't. I'm so bad with the forklift, bro. So bad. Do you want to load everything and I'll drive it? I can't. I can't with this thing. I'm so bad. I've dropped the bale already.
I mean, I can if that's what you really want.
I mean, I can go do the straw because they all need straw. And then you can fill this up, and then we keep running back and forth because that's gonna happen. We need to do that. Everything's empty. The other barn's still zero.
Shit.
Yeah, zero. Yeah. I'm gonna go get the. Where is it? I'm gonna go find the.
It's right in front of the other one where the other shed is.
Oh, here it is. Found it.
I need to find another. Where's the other loader tractor? Oh no, I need the. Can the skid loader lift that? I don't think it can.
The loader's already there
by the grass one. You could just use the. Oh yeah, where's the Kubota? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna steal the Kubota real quick to lift. It didn't sell the other bale with it. I'm so upset. Okay, graphics card. Don't have a freaking spaz attack, please. That'd be great.
My graphics card right now. I also see a reason to upgrade card right now. Like there's not really that much, so I don't need to.
Yeah, I thought about getting a 9070, but then I'm like, I don't want to spend that kind of money on a graphics card. Not really worth it.
I just my graphics card works fine, and it's good also.
Yeah, Carter still has a 3050. That card surprises me still.
Like if I were to actually want to upgrade my PC out of power supply, graphics card, I don't know if I would have to do my CPU, but
no, you'd be fine. You could pair your CPU with a 4090 and it would be fine.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
does the cattle need fence? Not fence. This stuff? Straw?
It's only the dairies that need the straw.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Oh, it does not like that collision, does it?
Okay, straw is... Wait, there's only three barns. Yeah, there's only three barns.
No, there's
I already have my RAM, so that's good.
You have 32 gigs now?
Yeah. I got it for Christmas.
Oh, nice. I really hope that truck can haul that.
I don't know if my RAM's running at max speed though. Like, 'cause I got 32 gigs. 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 I
Oh, you mean if you've overclocked it? Open Task Manager, and then actually, yeah. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll tell you how to see if it is or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Performance, I assume, performance?
Yep, click on your RAM, and then it should have a
memory.
speed. It should have a 4-digit speed. It should say MTS. It stands for Mega Transfers a Second.
Oh, yeah, 2100.
2100, that's it?
Yeah, 2133.
Oh, yeah, you gotta overclock your RAM.
Yeah, we thought last time like wasn't able to do power supply, but I can.
You can.
Power really good.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I don't remember how to do that. I know you have to go to the BIOS.
If your dad knows how to do it, have him help you there. I mean, the easiest way for me to help you is if you have a phone or an iPad or whatever with a camera.
Yeah, that's what my plan was to do one. Not tonight though.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be tonight.
I'll do Friday. You can do Friday, right?
I can't do it Friday night. I am going to a movie with some family, but
The Minecraft movie?
no.
Alright. She'll want to watch that. That was peak comment. That was peak.
You need me to load this, Gav?
Yeah, I'm actually, I forgot that the bales for this are on the opposite side of the farm, not here.
Yeah, I'll load you up if you keep feeding them. That's fine.
Yeah, they don't need straw anymore. They just need feed. They're all empty except one, and that's the automated cow one. Yeah, no, we can do it anytime on the weekend. Whenever you can.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't want to do it wrong. I remember we tried it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do. Like, it was only hard when I did my my stepfather's computer because his motherboard is. Huh?
Is it gonna make a difference? Like a big
yes,
difference?
So I'm guessing you're running DDR4 based off of the minimum clock speed. If you
I'm running DDR5.
You can run DDR5 if you have a 13.
Yeah, I know. I know. I have DDR4. I know. I didn't pay that much for them.
Oh. Yeah. So since it's 2133, it'll go up to minimum like 3200 is usually the fastest, or I'm sorry, 3600 is the fastest that it'll run. It depends on your RAM kit as well. Like what you have.
721 I got.
Yeah, if
They're
you can.
all 8 gigabytes.
Okay. I just need to know what it's advertised at. If it's 3200, 3600, because if you try overclocking it,
3200.
so 3200 is the fastest you can go then. So you'd have to overclock it.
FPS.
So you're gonna get a boost. You're gonna get a boost on everything. So, like if you have to open Chrome or you're trying to open multiple apps at the same time, it'll literally be 30% faster. Literally. You can. It can, yes. It can get you a little bit more FPS. I don't know if it's gonna be a huge difference.
Awesome.
It's not gonna be huge. Like the easier games, maybe, and just maybe 20 FPS. 30 FPS maybe at the absolute most for
like a difference, like 20, 30 is different.
Mhm.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
More demanding games, that's more so on your graphics card's responsibility, but
that's for will it make Farming Simulator better? Like my
yes.
FPS from here?
It should make everything better, yeah. Yeah, it should make everything better. But FS is stupid with its optimization. I'm only getting 30 FPS, 40 FPS because of FS's really crap optimization. So, you know, and I've got a pretty goated graphics card. So.
It's like knowing that I'm not an FPS problem. It's like literally none of my games except for this game and Rivals. Which Rivals is a new game.
Yeah, it's
graphics sense game.
Yeah, it's also extremely poorly optimized. So I don't know why it's like that, but it's whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, because then Fortnite's a CPU game. Like basically like 1% graphics card, 99% CPU. Awesome.
It's funny. You've got a much better CPU than me, but I have a much better graphics card than you.
don't know which one you'd rather have. Which one would you rather have? The better graphics or better CPU?
It depends what you're doing, honestly, what you're using your PC for.
Okay,
In
so
general,
you're picking graphics.
yes. For gaming, yes. But if I was trying to stream hardcore, like on Twitch and stuff, definitely CPU. But if I was also streaming, I'd have probably high-end everything. It probably wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
So, if I was to build a new PC today, I would probably still go Intel in all honesty. I'd probably get a 14700K CPU, the i7 model. And then I would probably get at minimum a 4070 Super or 5070 Ti Super, or 5070 Ti performance or 4070 Ti Super performance is what I meant to say. So,
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
I think.
Nice. If you go budget, like my brother did and stuff, like if you're ultra budget, go AMD. Carter has a AMD chip, and it works. It's phenomenal. It's a little bit better than mine. It's a 5600X.
NVIDIA is good for its performance. And it's
Although
settings more customizable, I think.
For a graphics card, I think when I upgrade, like in the future or whatever, let me throw one more, or not. That's fine.
You're stuck. No, you put it at 0 stuck.
No, you're good. I think that when I build a new PC or if I upgrade, I don't think I'm gonna get NVIDIA. I think I'm gonna go AMD because NVIDIA's like value with their cards is just getting worse and worse. And in all honesty, I don't think they're gonna make any more new GPUs. I think they're gonna stop at the 6000 series. In all honesty, I don't.
What is this?
Come on.
Alrighty.
That's fine. Just don't drive too crazy. It should be fine.
Oh, there it goes. I mean, my 3060 I'll probably use. I might not even sell it. Like my base first graphics card.
Yeah, keep it as a spare. That's what I'm like. If I upgrade to
not even spare. It's like.
Even if
I. Out of life. There's not out of it. Out of like they're not making it anymore. Crazy.
Yep. I've even thought about buying an AMD GPU just to have it as a spare, because I don't have a spare anymore since I gave Carter my 3050. So.
It's already full. Okay, what needs? Do you want to tell me what needs stuff?
Yeah, that's fine. Let me look.
The robot one's good. I know robot one's good.
So the regular dairy definitely needs feed still. It's on the other side. It's on the left side, the west side
I
of
feel
the
like
farm.
It's 0.
No, it's actually not. It's actually at 21,000. It's at it's at 21,000 capacity out of the, whatever. So that needs feed. The calves could use a little bit of water. The ones that are the ones that are right next to the house, or the ones that are the bigger calf pen could use some water, but the other ones are okay. And then just feed for the others dairy, the one that's a little bit smaller.
Yeah. Like the breeding one?
No, the dairy. So the one that's on the west side. That takes up field 2.
Oh yeah, I'm there right now.
Yep. So that needs feed.
You sure it needs feed?
I just checked, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it does feed. Why is it not letting me? Am I not close enough? What is this? Oh, here we go. I wasn't close enough, even though I'm like pretty far in it.
Yeah. I don't know why FS does that. It's like auto sense zones or just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's awesome. This RAM makes everything better.
Yeah, because you're technically running at regular speed. When they advertise that speed, you're technically overclocking it. Why
don't they just put it right to the max speed? Why do they keep it at like 2,000 instead of just 3,000?
Because it's kind of the same thing with like your PC settings. Like, you know how it's all set to it's all meant to use like a power save or whatever. It's the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
thing
yeah.
here, because when you send your when you tell your motherboard BIOS to run at full speed on your RAM, it's technically an overclock. Technically, so you're throwing more speed at it for the same amount of wattage, and that is technically an overclock. Oh, actually, now the feed's
Will
good.
I
Yeah.
upgrade my motherboard at all?
No, unless if you do some unless if you get like an i9 or whatever, or an i7, and you're doing some heavy overclocking, no, you should be fine.
I mean, I know my motherboard's like good. I know it is.
Yeah, if you have a Z790, you're fine.
Yeah.
The
I
Z790s.
thought some lower than it. And they've upgraded that.
Yeah, I think they did good with that. Let me.
Well, not upgrade. I think they ordered the wrong one. Just completely just ordered the wrong one. They just gave me that.
They gave you a higher end one. Oh, that's so funny. That's a good thing, in all honesty.
Go,
Gavin,
Oh my god, I almost got hit by the train.
But when you do get a new power supply, that is the absolute one thing you cannot cheap on.
I mean, this one's 650, so.
Well, what I mean is not so much the wattage, and more so of the quality.
Yeah,
of
I
it.
know. Like, just you have to make sure you pay. Like, you want to go.
You either want platinum or gold rated, and you want it to be full ATX.
What? Platinum or gold rated? They have ratings like that?
Mm-hmm. Like me, I have a gold.
Right.
I have a gold one, and I have a Corsair Gold X, 850 watts, and yeah, I mean,
all I know is the box black and gray.
Yeah, that's the one thing when you build PCs, that is the absolute thing. Because if your power supply malfunctions, or if most of the higher end ones are a lot more safe as well. Because if you have a lower end one, their safety features aren't nearly as good, they're not nearly as consistent, and they're not nearly as stable. I've heard of stories of people literally having their power supplies blow up in their computer because they bought a cheap end power supply, and they were trying to run it like normal. You don't ever want to do that.
You shouldn't put on anything in a computer. That's also one.
You can. I mean,
I think RAM is like maybe the only thing.
You could do CPU as well. Like I've got. I mean, I cheaped out on my CPU. So.
What'd you get?
I've got an i5 11400F. It works great for what I use it for, but it is considered lower end. I mean, it works fine. I don't have a problem with it.
It's just funny. We have the complete opposite. I have the better motherboard and CPU. You've got the better graphics card and power supply. And then RAM's in the middle. That's literally it.
RAM. We have the same RAM. Yeah.
Yeah, the RAM's in the middle.
Yep. Alright, I'll top you off with these other bales too that are behind me.
Yeah, and then I gotta get off. Already.
Uh-oh.
I was gonna say I'll be on Friday or on, but you're there. Unless how late are you gonna be late?
So my time, the movie starts at 7:30, which is 9:30 your time.
9:30.
I probably won't be home till almost midnight my time, which will be nearly 2 o'clock.
2 a.m.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm like 2 a.m.
Nah. You should try it like just once. Like just try it once. See what you think.
Try what?
Staying up late. Like ask your parents, hey, just for the experience, can I stay up till like 4, 3, 2, whatever.
Bro, that's too late. I won't watch sleep. I'll be honest.
I'm telling you, man, you don't need that. You don't need that kind of sleep. It's completely overrated. I almost feel better when I get 6 or 5 hours of sleep compared to when I get like 8 or 9 or 10.
Yeah, but I like sleep.
I do too, but the only time I think you absolutely need it is when you're sick or something like that. Like when you're sick, yes, sleep is awesome because it allows your body to shut down. You heal a little bit faster, you recover faster. So when it comes to that, absolutely, I think sleep is definitely one of the best medicines you can ever have. But for general it does take time to getting used to. Like, you don't feel quite like yourself. You don't feel the same. It does take getting used to, but it's worth it in my opinion. You have more time to do stuff. You can, you know. And for me, I can't fall asleep as it is. Like, if I try to go to bed at 9, 10 o'clock, I'm laying there for 2-3 hours till 1 in the morning, and it ain't worth it. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm just wasting time. So I just started staying up later, and I got tired more because sometimes I'd even fall asleep faster if I try staying up later because, you know, if I try to go to bed at 10 and I just lay there for an hour, 2 hours till midnight, but if I stay up till 11 o'clock or midnight, then I can go to bed right away. I have no trouble falling asleep. And if I do that long enough, sometimes since I'm, you know, cutting those hours by a little bit, I'll actually sleep even better if I try going to sleep even sooner. You know, like if I want to go to bed at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock or whatever that one night, which I haven't done in a long time. I usually only do that when I go farming or if I have to get up super early for work, but, that's just me. I'd recommend trying it.
I mean, I get up thick in the morning.
Yeah. Do you remember when it was back in 2023, so not quite 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, when I went out to go visit my uncle and helped him on the farm in real life? Do you remember that? So
you work late and get up early.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I
understand that too, but I did get sleep deprived from it because that usually they do get a little more sleep than that, but I was able to go to bed at 10, 10:30, fall asleep around 11 sometimes because, you know, they're an hour ahead, so that's even earlier than what I'm used to. And I had to get up at 3:30 every morning, so that's 4.5 hours of sleep on average. I probably got maybe 5 hours of sleep on average that I got. And
that's why I'm not a farmer.
And I took
and most people are farmers. No one even do that.
And I mean, we still take naps. Like if my uncles aren't super busy, they'll take an hour nap in the morning after breakfast from like 8 to 9 o'clock, sometimes 10 o'clock if they're, you know, if they have the time, if they're not doing a whole lot. And then sometimes they'll do it.
4 hours of sleep.
Mm-hmm. Well, the lowest amount I've ever gotten, and that's because I was trying not to throw up and stuff at work or whatever. Like anything under 4, you feel sick. Like you feel like you're gonna throw up. You kind of have to fight it. The best thing you could do is to actually keep eating. Eating is the best. Like you replace that sleep energy that you're supposed to have with food. So it can actually help you gain weight, I think, if you do it right. Because you're gonna eat more because you're more hungry because you don't have the rest that you need. You need the energy. So instead of getting it from sleep, you're getting that from food. So it's a good weight gainer. But the lowest I got was probably a couple months ago when it wasn't long before I had surgery, and I don't know why I couldn't fall asleep. I think I had a can of Mountain Dew at like 8 o'clock at night or something, and I completely wasn't thinking about it. And I couldn't fall asleep till probably, what was it? I think it was probably 3:30 or 4 in the morning, and I had to be up at 7 for work, or leave the house by 7:30. So I just kind of, right before I went to bed, I just put on my clothes, got ready before then, went to sleep around 3:30, and woke up at 7, like probably 7:20 or 7:30, right before I had to leave. And I was running on 3 hours of sleep, 3.5 hours of sleep. That, anything from, in my experience, anything under 4 is miserable. That's when your whole day drags. You feel like you have no energy. That's when it's bad. But and the only other negative effect to it is that, like, if you can't get it for whatever reason, like if you struggle to fall asleep, the only other negative impact that I found is that it's really, really not good for your immune system. So your body has a lot harder time recovering from infections and stuff like that, because that's when your body's the best at it, is when it's sleeping. So when you're sleeping, your body's pretty much, for the most part, it's shut down other than your heart and your lungs and stuff. Just everything else is, you know, your brain and stuff is moving at a very slow pace. So your body has time to heal. you know, it uses all that extra energy that you have to heal. So as far as your immune system goes, it's really bad for that. But other than that, yeah, see, yep, yep, exactly. Mhm. Mhm. I think like I'm trying to think. I forced myself to test it one time to try to get used to it for the farm, and I can honestly say it wasn't that bad. I mean, I went to work every day just fine. Sure, I may not have been able to be as productive as I usually am. Like, for example, we have something called IPMs, which is items per minute scanned. They want us to have at least 28 items scanned when we're on a register per minute, which is, you know, super easy. Yeah, it's super easy. And the highest I've ever had is 60, so I've done an item a second. And I usually average between 35 and 40 items a second, or items a minute. So that's, you know, about a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds per item, which is, you know, that's still pretty fast. But so instead of getting that, I was maybe average. It is a little harder to stay focused, especially if you're not used to it. But once you get used to it, it's not so bad. Then you're kind of, it feels more normal. But if I had to on the farm, my uncle kind of told me that I'd have to get used to averaging 5 hours a night, and, you know, plus the nap fairly consistently, an hour nap, maybe an hour and a half. And I was perfectly, I tried that once, but without the nap part. I tried that here, and I averaged, I think, about, let me think, I forced myself to average about 6 hours, 6.5 hours at the most. And I felt fine. I was totally fine. So, when you get older, I think it definitely affects you a lot more because you're slowing down physically. You need more rest time for your body and stuff. And so, from that, I think that can also affect your life. Which is why, I don't know if you've ever heard this theory too, but where they have, like, when farmers slow down or whatever, or they stop, they pretty much die because their body is just running on constant adrenaline and stuff. And since they're essentially no longer used to it, the second that their body stops and their adrenaline is cut off, pretty much, their body is just used to go, 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 and the second that they stop, their body's just like, okay, it's time to rest, and their body can't recover back from that rest, and a lot of them just end up dying. I've heard that's pretty common, too, with other really hard workers, like firefighters, and maybe not so much with them, but I've heard stories of that. So other than, you know, maybe losing a few years of your life, which, if you ask me, isn't really a big deal. I mean, a few years. I mean, when you're old, and a few years anyway, I don't really see the whole point of trying to live an extra year or two, or, you know, a few days or whatever.
This is completely unrelated to this, but the faster a fan moves in your computer, the hotter it gets? What?
Where'd you find that at?
Well, no, I'm on the Armory Cringe just doing some updates, and I went to the fan part, and it says for my CPU when it's at 40% power for my CPU fan, it's at 45 degrees, and when it's at 69% power, it's at 65 degrees. Why is it going up in temperature when it goes up to more percent like of the fan being used? That's
Could be
not how it works, I didn't think.
It could just be the voltage regulation or whatever. So
I don't know. I know that's not how it works the way I said.
Yeah, that's just the. I think that's just the voltage meter. I wouldn't trust it either. Like, I would use I use my motherboard software to determine all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
Interesting.
Armory crate.
Oh, you left the other tractor running.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll just shut it off. I'm like, where the heck is that noise coming from? Oh, there it is. But honestly, man, yeah, I'd say like give it a try once and see how you feel. Like you can get like when out like I've only been sleep deprived once, and that's when I went out and helped my uncle. That's when I was averaging maybe between 4 and 5 hours a night. That's when I got sleep deprived. But other than that, I've never really had that problem too much. So it was worth a shot. I'm glad I tried it too. So, and the other biggest thing is that the reason I did it is because besides the farm, you know, if I ended up having to go to college, or if you ever have kids and your sleep gets screwed up, it's not the first time, and you're not having to deal with it. You're like, okay, what am I supposed to do? You kind of already have experience. You know what you're doing, kind of thing. You know what to expect. You'll be like, okay, well, I've got 5 hours of sleep. This is how I feel. I get 6 hours of sleep. This is how I feel. This is how when I get 9. This is how I feel. Um, for school purposes, I definitely think that school with that I think definitely with school it probably is a little more important than just basic work, because you're using your brain a lot more. Your brain will use more energy when you're memorizing all that stuff and stuff like that, and when you use your eyes and stuff. Like for me, the biggest thing that besides your immune system and just recovering like your body naturally does, the biggest thing that probably might affect me is maybe my eyes, how much energy my eyes and stuff hurt. But because like after I've done training sessions and stuff like that with my coach and whatever, when I was doing it with her, um, getting between like 6 and 8 hours, um, it felt okay. If I got more than 8 hours of sleep, I almost felt worse. I felt even almost more exhausted when I drove. But if I got between 6 and 8, it was just right. Five to six, it was okay. It wasn't terrible, but I don't know. Yeah, like I said, if I were you, I'd highly recommend trying it. If it's, even if it's only once, that way you kind of are like, okay, this is what I should expect. I know how I feel, and I know what am and able to do, and it may take a pretty hard toll on you for your first time, especially since you've been doing this, because you're going on 17 this year, aren't you? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So since it's your first time and you're 17 years old, it might impact you a little more. But
Yeah.
because you're so used to getting 70 hours every night as pretty much your whole life, I'd assume.
70 hours.
Hmm.
Hold up. Here. Track sleep with your watch. Alright. Okay. So I got 7 hours and 56 minutes sleep last night.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's average.
11:05 to 7:01. Jeez. I would have only had 7 hours if I slept this morning.
Wait. What was the times you just said?
11:05 to 7:01.
That's 8 hours, not 7. Because midnight to 7 is.
Yeah, 7 hours and 56 minutes. I forgot to the 56 minutes.
I'm like.
Yeah, 56 minutes. So basically, yeah, 8.
Yeah, pretty much 8 hours. Yeah, that's average. Most people, it's between 7 and 8. So. And the farmer, it really depends. I know one guy. I think he did dairy, but he was mainly a hay operator. So he sold a lot of alfalfa and stuff, and they used round balers and stuff like that. And he said that, I think he said he averaged maybe 4 hours of sleep when they were baling in the summer, because they had to make so many bales, and that's where all their income comes from. And he said averaging 4, he said he was on I think he said he took on average probably 2 or 3 energy drinks a day on average. And those aren't good for you, but you should have eaten bananas.
Yeah.
That's what like the healthy way to do it is bananas if you need, if you lose some sleep, or if you're just feeling
I
extra
do
tired.
not like bananas. I'll be honest.
I was the same way, man. I honestly was the same way. I used to hate bananas. I have to have them like not quite ripe, so I love them when the skin's green. I can eat them when they're a little brown and stuff. It's not too bad. You just gotta look for the right ones. But yeah, I used to hate bananas too, I'm technically allergic to them because my lips swell up when I eat them. When I let them rub against my lips too much, it irritates my lips and they swell up. It's a little itchy, but it's not too bad. But yeah, bananas are really good for energy, for natural energy. They're not gonna hurt you. But the only other, if you need energy as well, like for the rest of the day, it depends how late you're staying up. Like if I plan on staying up till 10, 11 or whatever, then the latest I can have, like a Mountain Dew, for example, would be probably around like noon. That's how usually long, because Mountain Dew's got a lot of sugar in it, and that will keep you awake for a while. Same with energy drinks. Energy drinks, like, I have to have one almost in the morning, like around 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock is the latest I can have it. Otherwise, I won't be able to fall asleep till, midnight or 1 o'clock the next morning. So, energy drinks are some serious... I wouldn't recommend them unless if you absolutely have to. Like, I made a rule for myself because I know what my body can and can't handle. And my rule is that if I get under 4.5 to 4 hours of sleep or less, then I can have an energy drink, but it has to be no later than like noon that day. Because, I mean, the earlier the better too. Like, if you don't get much sleep and you're tired, have one, with breakfast or like that's what I do sometimes. Like if I'm really tired and I'm eating like donuts or whatever or some rolls or whatever, I'll buy an energy drink with it when I go to work, and then I'll be energized for most of the day, because it does take some time for it to kick in. It takes probably a good solid like 2 hours to kick in pretty easily. So maybe 3. It kind of depends on your body, but you can make it work if you have to. Bananas are almost instant. It's maybe an hour, since they're natural and stuff. But
Okay. I should probably go now.
All right, man. This sounds good. But yeah, thought
yeah.
I'd give you some info that you might find interesting.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Okay. Yeah.
See you later, kiddo. Have a good night, man. Oh. Kevin left me. No. Sag. How unfortunate. I think, chat, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the combines ready before I do anything else. So, because I don't want to fast forward time again. And what time is it at night? It's 18:45. So that would be... 6 o'clock. Yeah, 6 o'clock at night. So, how far along is our pulp bar? Says it's it's one stage ahead of our wheat. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna get the combines ready. I think instead of using the swathers like we did last time, because this is such a big operation, I think I'm just gonna use the draper headers instead. Cut a lot of time off of our hands, because sure, it might be worth the extra bonus of 25% grain, but I don't have that time really. So
that's because you suck.
Oh, that's so true, Edgar. That's so true.
Not as bad as my day is. What happened to my habit?
Did you get pulled over by a cop finally?
No, I wished it had been that easy.
What did you do, Riker?
Yeah, I was at the one of the local grocery stores I go to. I stand at this. At my groceries there. I'm days past my benefit drop. You no funds. And it says, like, that's not possible. Haven't even touched them. I got home and found out that somebody from some grocery store or whatever like that withdrew every dime I had in my benefit.
Jeez.
And all $250 something instantly.
Scammer, or was it your other half?
Huh?
Was it your other half, or was it a scammer or something?
No, I only frequent a I don't with that benefit to get stuff in convenience stores and stuff like that. I don't ever spend what I have on anything but grocery stores and such like that, buying items.
Mm-hmm.
Or through the Walmart, pay for doing, for pickup order. And then that's the only time I ever have access. So the card doesn't leave my wallet, card doesn't need. So
what happened then? Were you hacked or something, or?
Well, the only way they get my number is there's a scammer on some card reader.
Oh, a skimmer. That's not good.
Yeah, a skimmer.
Yikes.
And so I told the lady, I called the manager. She's like, we got talking. She's like, I recognize your voice. I said, yeah, me and the wife are in there every day or something like that. She said, yeah, I know who you are. And I was just like, and I went through my record because I was on the Access Mississippi site, shows all of my transactions. And I was like, there was nothing there. And
wow.
I was just like the last one that got hit, the last one that I did with that sword chain, or the last two, was back in March. And I hadn't done anything else except through Walmart. Now Walmart, of course, is going to use SSL. And I don't put my card number into that database in there. So anyway,
Gee, man, I'm sorry. That sucks, man.
Well, I mean,
Yeesh. So are they gonna
no,
gonna refund you?
it's even more hilarious. I'll get that in a minute. Because it's really going to twist here. This. So anyway, I was talking to her. She's like, wow. I said, it's got to be the only thing that I've done in my spending habits is I started frequenting this store over in Gulfport. And she's like, that's in the last month. And I said, I can assure you, nobody uses this card. Nobody. The only one that has in my wallet under my control and under my senate. Never goes in, never gets pulled out. And I said, can't scan because those cards don't have RFID chips. All you got to make is right. So I said, it has to be a skimmer.
Yep.
I said, and I'm telling you where I think it is. Because she went out, when I told her, she ran out there and checked all the registers and there wasn't any over there, my store here in town. And I said, I think there's an employee over at that store. And they are putting it on there without y'all knowing they're skimming people. Because now, the feds have said, after December 20th, 2024, that if you get your funds stolen, they don't give you a refund.
Oh, that sucks.
So it's now don't think about me. Think about some mother with 2 or 3 kids out there who may have $1,000 or something like that or whatever, and goes in an accident, it's all gone. And then they tell her, sorry, the feds don't give us some reimbursement because the feds used to reimburse as I found out, the feds reimburse, but now they don't. So this individual that's doing this skimming, using a skimmer, knows what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And they know they sit in there, people coming in there at that store, and then the propensity of these people be like $1,000, $2,000, anywhere from 500 to, I'm just itty bitty because I don't have kids and just me and the wife. But you think about now, how many people now that one individual sitting there working that register with a skimmer that they put there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to my wife, and I think I'm gonna contact. I don't want them. I'm nice and everything, but I don't want them to find out that there's a person that just fire them and get them out the door so they don't get COVID. You know what I mean? Because the store is legally live for this shit.
Yep.
Because they don't expect them. And they hired somebody may have had a criminal background or whatever like that. So I'm going to contact the local police department, speak to detective, and I'm going to tell the whole thing. Be like you should go there right now this morning and hit every register. Just see if you find one, seize all the videotapes. Because I got data when I was last in there, and if I did a transaction, that guy had that scammer on there, they're legally responsible.
Yep. Yep.
And they need to be, whatever. All's fair in love and war. Maybe not. But what can I do? Well, there's other things. Fortunately, I can tell you this: the Lord knew this was coming, and something has happened on my side of that's going to cover my loss.
Awesome, man.
Lord provided, but the Lord may have had it happen to me because I don't have all these transactions. My wife stopped me and I was something. She said, let's just go. And she said, that hurts. She said, let's just go. Lord, let this happen.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but I said, they can't, like I told the lady I said, I've got this. It can only happen in this living. And I don't ever buy nothing junk food out of some store. This is buying my groceries.
Mm-hmm.
Hamburger meat, stuff like that. And so on and so forth. And she said, yeah, I know. She said, I said, but so far as I told Leslie, I said, go there and find your scammer. She quietly reimburse me. If y'all find a scammer at that store and employees that's doing it.
Oh shoot! Oh my gosh! I am so sorry. Freaking. Sorry, Record Chief, for interrupting you. I'm so sorry, Mitchell. My desktop audio got unmuted, so that's the echo. I am so sorry. I just now noticed that, man. Oh, I'm so sorry. Crap. Ah, dang it, man. Sorry, Mitchell. It's fixed now. Thank you for telling me though, because I would have never have guessed. But yeah, man, shoot. I'm sorry that happened, man. That sucks. It's hard. I mean, they're doing
the amount that was stolen, there's something happening that's going to cover that amount. Over just a few cents, but cover it. So technically, I'm still at net zero. And my mother already told me, she's like, Jack, I'll give you the money you needed. And then I called her back later after I told them, I said, hey, I just found out that somebody took my money. My mother had $1,000 snatched out of her checking account. And her bank, she left her bank because they couldn't explain to her how the money disappeared. And she left it. And so,
yeah.
all I can say is that, it's not, yes, me, but I proved to the lady because she's like, I'm going to be sending this email. Yeah, I'm going to do something, all right. I'm going to have the police go over there and inspect the place.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would do the same thing.
Because I'm going to tell them that there is a high probability you have somebody with a skimmer in that store, and they're going to be hitting everybody, and that store's liable if it finds out. Don't bury this, because there are people who are going to be lost thousands of dollars or whatever like that their kids and that, and they're like, what are they going to do for food?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And like I said,
And
man, like
that
if
person deserves to go to, I mean, that person deserves, but that's why I don't want that store to suddenly find something, go back and find that person, and suddenly, oh, we didn't turn them into police. Oh, we just let them go in that, and they just disappear.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. Yep. But yeah.
And
But
if
yeah,
they refuse or anything, guess what? Guess
sue
what?
'em.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do anyway? I'm just like, it's not me. It sucks, but the Lord has already made a provision. Already made a provision. But what I want is I want that person in jail.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. And yes, Mitchell, to answer your question, yes, skimmered, to be more exact. But yeah, Wrecker, like I was telling you a while ago, man. Like I said, as your friend, man, if you absolutely ever need assistance with that, let me know, man. Like I said, I understand.
Oh man, I'm okay. Trust me. I met with my mom. I went over to Biloxi today. I sold that mower of his, and I made an extra $100 on it. I mean,
Nice.
get somebody to give me an extra $100 for the price on it. I listed it $450, man, and I had like 20 people inquiring, and I'm like, I need more money. And so I went over there and told him. I said, look, I walked in there and I said, what's up? And I said, I got something for you. He's like, what's that? And I whipped out a wad of 20s. He's like, what's this? And his mom was like, is that my money? You know, for utilities? I said, no. I said, I sold you mower. What? You sold it? I said, it's gone. And
But he was happy.
yeah, it's just I just told him, I said, hey, look, I want to. Yeah, my computer's clean too. My computer doesn't have any malware or anything on it. Scanned it. So I know it wasn't coming from my side.
All that, and you know, you do a lot of funnies, so you would know. You'd be the first person to know.
I've deleted a lot of stuff, man. I got rid of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not incredible to me, but it's like, what if that guy's fixing to hit somebody and it's like I said, a mom of 2 or 3 or 5 kids or whatever like that, and she's fixing to go in the store and the police
I
stop
didn't
her
know that
before
you
it
were
happens.
watching. I didn't know that you were watching Gavin. Wow, Mitchell. Wow.
Where are
That's
you
crazy.
seeing these people anyway?
Oh, I'm live streaming
Oh,
right
wait
now,
a minute,
man.
there it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm live right now, man.
Oh, hey Mitchell, yeah, I'm gonna call that police department over there for sure. There's nothing I can do, per se, but I can call that investigator and he may zip right over there and walk over the registers and say, hey, we got a phone call and person made some real credible evidence, and they walked through the store, and if they rip one of them off,
Watching Gavin play?
it was kind of funny though. Here's the funny part too. It was some store. It was listed as some store that it turned out that this store was up right above about 10 miles where my wife and I met.
Really?
And then the other stores are in like Texas and Florida. Hello, Florida, Miami, Florida.
Huh.
So, somebody is in there, is connected on the dark web and selling numbers for money, and they greedy,
Mm-hmm.
and it can only be taken, by me walking in there and sliding that card. That's it. It's the
Yep.
only way they can get it.
Oh, by the way, Riker, Mitchell says hi.
Yeah, I see.
I'm not sure if you're reading chat, but
Yeah, I see it.
Mm.
So I will let y'all know how it goes with the police tomorrow.
yeah, man, good luck to
call
you.
or whatever like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I know. Well, the manager at the local store, she told me. She said we check those things every day. I said, do
Yeah.
they check them all of the other stores and that? And she's like,
Hope
I
so.
don't know. I checked.
They better.
But I said, oh, I might just get. I got to go back to my LT. I opened up the new place where they're moving to is real close to Keesler Air Force Base. And so when I went over there to give him the money, because I wanted to give him the money for the mower, is why I went over there. And I told you that they sold their house and they bought this place over in a retirement type community.
Mm-hmm.
And got over there and looked. Oh, this is a shop area going to be expanded. Opened up the door and there was one of these floor rolling chargers, battery charger with engine start capacity and that.
Nice.
Oh, damn, look at that thing. He's like, you can have it. What?
Mm.
He said, yeah, you can have it. I said, are you sure? He's like, yeah, you can have it. I'm like, uh, you know this thing's got engine start. He said, I don't need it. You can have it. I was like, hell yeah!
Awesome, man.
And then I left it sitting outside the door because I'd gotten involved with something going on with Mom. And she's supposed to contact them and tell them not to touch it.
Mm. Yeah.
Teen Tech whiz kid with a 4.0 GPA made $30 million off his startup last year, but he was still rejected by 15 colleges.
That's hilarious.
Do you might want to take it, son, that maybe going the college route and you've made already $30 million? There are people to go to college and get their PhDs and never even see a full, whatever like that, and you're a kid and you've already made $30 million last year? Better be investing in some Bitcoin and some other stuff and buckle up, Buttercup.
Right? That's so freaking hilarious, man. Oh my gosh.
Man, I was riding back and I was listening to Johnny Bravo on YouTube, and he was saying about that was when I heard that Trump went 125% on tariffs against China. I was like, good golly, Miss Molly. Whew. Oh, wait a minute. Redacted's got something that just came out. This is a title of says, hang on, so this egg prices were a lie all along? I was sitting there, you know what my background is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when the egg prices were going up, I was under the impression, and I told you guys what they would do, how idiotic, moronic the USDA is in that. And so now the thing is that
Mitchell. You see what he said?
Mitchell, I had my father back in 70-something bought a house in Petal, Mississippi. And I asked my dad why he didn't keep that home. Because he could have kept that home, could have rented it out, could have whatever, could have kept it in the family and whatever. And it would have been either a house for him to live in or it would have been a nest egg. He could have sold it. the value of the place. I think he paid, what was it, under 40,000 for it when he got in the 75, 74, 75, and he sold it, and he drive by it, and he just gets so mad thinking about it. And I was like, Dad, why didn't you keep it if you had it? And you couldn't have used it as an investment property, and slash you could have had renters in it or whatever like that, blah, blah, blah. Or we could have moved right back into it again when we came back to Mississippi, and then, you know, why didn't you think about that? You know?
Yep.
And I would like to know about those egg prices, though, because I know that some years ago there was some pernickety. Remember when egg prices went up before years ago?
Mm-hmm.
With my understanding in the industry, you know, they're starting to be. Then they started to talk about congressional inquiries and shit like that, and all of a sudden egg prices started, you know, falling back to normal. And it was essentially like, okay, you boys have done made your profit, now lay off.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh, we got this bird flu, blah, 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 and it's so catchy, blah, blah, blah. And if we think we got one sick bird, then we eradicate the entire farm and then everything within X number amount of miles, too, and wipe everybody's birds out. And,
Mm-hmm.
oh, wow, we can then, oh, my goodness gracious. There goes the prices up to the roof.
Yep. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know what I'm...
It's Ford Ranger, baby!
Yep. Dang right.
You know where that came from, I think. And didn't that come from 18 from Murdoch? I'm a Ranger, baby!
Yeah. Shoot, I finally got cup holders for it. I'm just waiting for like some work gloves so I can work on it and stuff come in, and then I've got a phone holster coming. I got phone chargers coming, and then I've got jumper cables because you never know coming, and then I've got wind visors coming I'm sorry, sunshade visors as well coming. So
You forgot something.
drugs.
No, partial pear tree.
Oh, true. I forgot
What
my
you really
pickup.
should do, what you really should do, is you should get on eBay and you should find the manual, the CD manual for the truck.
Oh, yeah, I need to get a bumper hitch for it too. Oh, Riker, I'll create a list, or I'll just send you a screenshot or whatever of all the parts I'm getting for a new radio and stuff, and I've talked to guys, and they say that it will work, so, because I know you're also a car audio nerd like me, so, or just, you know, an audiophile in general, but...
Yeah,
Huh?
Malika's been wanting his bedtime back.
Yeah, Mitchell, I bought a Ford Ranger Edge Edition. It's an extended cab. It's freaking awesome.
No, one of the things that I did as a kid, which was back in the 80s, they didn't have CDs, but they had Chilton manuals. So I could buy a manual for my car, and I read it all the time, memorized it, just cover to cover.
It's an 03. Mitchell.
And they would do breakdowns, everything else like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you learn so much in doing your procedures with pictures and stuff like that. My dad just told me, he said, I'll help you with technical support. See, he knew engines. He knew engines. He used to replace engines on aircraft for the Air Force.
Jeez,
As
that's
enlisted. So he knew engines, but he's
wow.
like, I ain't fixing your car, son. You're gonna
Mm.
get out there and fix your car. I'll provide technical support, but he said
10 miles
"You
per
wanna
gallon if you're
believe-"
lucky, bro. I get like 15. I don't know what you mean. 15 to 20.
So anyway, what I did was is I would go and buy a Chilton manual for my vehicle, and then I would sit there and I would read it and read it and read every section and read it.
Yeah, give me
So
one
if I
sec,
had a
Mitchell.
problem, I could go through it.
Yeah.
And when you have a manual like that and you go through it, and you start learning. So that way, if something happens, hell, I read the boards, man. You read the boards about your vehicle, and
Mm-hmm.
that way, or if you ever have a problem, jump on the boards. Somebody else has had that same problem, and they will tell you
Mm-hmm.
how to fix it. Hell, the Yaris has got a modified bracket on the alternator. I had to buy the bracket.
Really?
Comes from Scion. Um, I had to buy a bolt for it. It's an alternator bracket for a Scion, and then you have to physically massage it cut it and shape it in certain areas, cut out areas and stuff. And then it allows you to loosen your alternator, and you can sit there and actually pull your alternator with a bolt.
Mitchell, the two-wheel drive is fine, man. It's perfectly fine. I don't get 10 miles a gallon, bro. I get 15 to 20. I don't know what kind of Ranger you're talking about.
It's a Ford F-Ranger.
I'm gonna say, yeah, it's a Ford Ranger. It's also a V6, so that has 240 horsepower, so I can haul, like, up to... It can almost haul its own weight, literally.
But that's one of the things I really recommend. Like for my Yaris, I have the Toyota service manual, the factory
Mhm.
service manual for my Yaris.
Nice.
It gets down into everything, and I even have the Mercedes Star repair manual as well. I have
I'm
that
not-
Mercedes that goes from like below the 90s all the way down, and it's the Star manual for me to be able and it's got diagrams, and you can key in what you got with it. It's from Mercedes.
Is Mitchell smoking something, Riker, or is he right when he says I only get 10 miles a gallon? I think he's smoking something.
Well, I would never think a Ranger would get 10 miles a gallon. Hell, my Sonoma doesn't get but like, I drove it to Vicksburg, and it got like 23 to the gallon, but it normally averaged about 18, and if you hook a trailer into it, it dropped to like 15 to 12. Jeez.
I was gonna say, like, the worst that I've ever heard of I'm getting is like 12 and a half.
I would have figured it got a lot better.
Well, it is a V6, but it's 3,000 pounds, I think, roughly. So, yeah, from what I've read doing research, most of them get anywhere from, like the lowest average is like 10 and a half, and that's if you're hauling, a heavy load. Maybe. You drove an 04 Ranger V6 and it got 11 miles per gallon? Well, that sounds like a skill issue. That also sucks too, by the way. I'm sorry for your loss. Don't know where I'm driving to go this way. I hope this is enough to feed the calves. You mean you drove it or you owned it? Because there is a difference. I can say I drove a tractor and it got 10 miles, every half gallon or whatever. Like... Yes, mine's two-wheel drive. Yep. She's a two-wheeler, which is fine, I mean. Okay, those are good on feed. Larger calf barns still need some more feed. Okay, both calf pastures need feed still. Okay. You had it for a week? I don't know what to tell you, man. It may not have been in good condition though. Mine was really taken care of. I have a 190K on it, and it was really well taken care of. The thing's a beast. It's a little Ford freaking Ranger. Ain't that right, Riker? Poverty. Unfortunate, Mitchell.
I tell you what car I had in front of me. I got his loaner for some reason or something. Got a cross in
Mm.
Something happened and I got a cross in I forget why I got a cross in It was brand spanking new.
Mm. Nice.
I drove it all the way to my parents. I said, what do you think about it? I said, it's unlimited mileage. I don't give a crap what they think. All I gotta do is feed gas.
And it's so much cooler. Yeah, right. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, it's a nice... Did you even look at the pics, man? You know how to make TMR bales? No. Well, technically, yes, I do. I just don't care. They're bales that feeds them. Gets the job done. I've got too many. I have to do this so many times anyway, Mitchell. I don't care enough to do it as the professional TMR. Not really worth it. They eat the grass just fine. I did a funny. Feed wise, I think we're good. Forgot my pickup right there. Both calf pens need feed, and then they both need water, and then the dairy barns still need some straw, and should be good. Which cat are you holding on to right now, Riker?
Oh, I'm here in the office.
Mm. Mm.
He was meowing at me because he wanted to get back here. So he just doesn't understand if I'm not back here at a certain time. You know what I mean?
He's like, why aren't you playing World of Tanks?
Yeah. Petting on me and loving on me, and I'm up in my own bed and sneezing. All worm fur ball.
Oh, I'm not paying attention. Whoopsie. You saw nothing. Mitchell, mine is still cooler. I mean, don't get me wrong, yours is good, but mine's better. Man, Gavin driving again. Yeah, man, I've been watching him too much. No, it's not. Yes, it is. And you can't deny it. It's not a debate, Mitchell. It's just a fact. Riker, did you see what Mitchell said?
No.
He put it in general chat of the server.
Oh.
Little Mitchell.
Ooh, I know that truck real well.
Mm. I think it's old.
Yes, it is. That's around. Oh shit! I haven't seen one of them in many years. Man, alive.
So this confirms that Mitchell is old. Cool.
Dude, that is nice. That's a Cheyenne 350.
Yep. But it's not as nice as mine.
In the event of a nuclear war, my money's laying on that bow tie running, along with that Ford Rangers laying there. All its electronics burnt to hell.
Dude, I don't think anything would survive if a nuke hit. Are you kidding me? That's not even a question. The radiation would literally melt everything in its path. Thanks, Riker. Wow. I see how you do me, Riker.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't done you.
Mm-hmm. That's what they all say.
Well, being since you live so far away, I can assure you I ain't done you.
So true.
Just a little too far away.
Wow. That statement is crazy.
What your mom? Yo, it's a 72. Okay, that's what I was thinking. It was a 72 or 74. Yeah. C20? Huh.
Yeah, Mitchell, it's official. You're old.
No, man. Best memories I had was my friend of 30 years.
Or not you, Riker. Mitchell. He's definitely old.
Yeah. He had a 72. He had a 72 step side, and his brother
Gee.
took a 327 and boarded 60 over, and the bastard would clear a Coke bottle from a standing start. And it used to have 3 on the tree, but he put a Hirsch short shifter in it.
That's funny.
Man, we was young and in shape. We both worked like hell. I worked harder than he did. And man, we one time took the bed off of it mud riding with that truck. Weren't the U-joints in that thing? Oh. Yep. Yep. Man, I would love to have a C10. Some of these revised, new built C10s, man. Why? Because I've got a 2000 GMC Sonoma that I got from my father.
Hmm.
Yeah, true. It'd make it
Goes
worth a lot more money too. That's for sure.
4-wheel drive.
But one of those trucks right there, man, when you open up that hood, there's just so much space.
Hmm.
It's like you can shove cubes inside of that thing. But that 327, woo! And he missed it. He short shifted. He was racing somebody and short shifted and missed the gear.
Oh
And
no.
I think it went into first. And when he hit the clutch on it, it blowed every seal in the engine straight out.
Oh gee.
That's nothing. His brother had a Oldsmobile 442, and it was his brother building it. The guy you wouldn't think nothing about him, but he was a freaking mechanical genius when it comes to engines. And his Oldsmobile was so hot. He had a 2-speed, you know what a Mitchell, 2-speed power glide in it. And something happened, and he was racing, and Mr. shifted, and the flywheel blew off the engine and went out the side of the car.
Shh.
He said he missed the shift or something, and it literally ripped the flywheel off the crank. It come out of the transmission and went through the woods, totally destroyed everything. Oh yeah, I see you got a turbo, you got a TH350. Huh. I've always said that there's only one thing that GM transmissions don't have, and that's more than enough cooling.
Really?
You can never put enough cooling on a GM transmission.
The trans
Especially
locked
if
up.
you're doing any towing.
Really? Would it overheat a lot and shut down, or how did that work back in the day?
No, just to make them last.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, people go to tow and stuff like that, and they depending on the engine, water cooler, oil cooler, and then it's just too much. You really need an additional trans cooler on it. Yep. Mitchell knows.
Yep.
And you might gotta make damn sure your thermostatic fan's good too. I seen way back in the 80s, I seen this guy come in, he'd been towing some trailer, and he stopped at the Goodyear place where my buddy worked at, and I happened to be there. And got to talking with the guy, and he's like, it's overheating, I can't do something. He opened up the hood and grabbed a hold of the fan and spun it around, and it was freewheeling. He said, there's your problem right there. What do you mean? He said, the clutch on your fan is bad. Guy had to lay out the money. They snatched that fan off of there and put it on there, and it would blow a hurricane through there.
Like our fat, thick radiator.
I've been around mechanics and stuff like that a good part of my life, man.
Yeah.
Family wonders why I'm so good at mechanics, and it's just like, well, it's been around it. It's not what I want to do or anything. It's just I understand the shit. Grew up around it too much, working on small engines when I was 7 years old. So, yep.
Yep.
Turbo 400, damn right. Especially in a Corvette, man. Oh, beefed up in a Corvette, stellar. These youngins have no idea what throwing wrenches and adjusting valves and shit like that was. Or like me, hell, even on a Toyota, it was like nothing. You change the distributor cap out every 10,000 miles or get up in there and I know. What I do?
Well, Mitchell, I'm not old, so, you know, there's that.
Went to the junkyard. I just got home from the Air Force and I left my girlfriend's house and was headed home. I heard the god awfulest noise and it had sheared like 8 teeth off the ring gear in my differential. I went and found another Toyota in pedal, and that was one of them times where you read that book and figure out it's like I used a whole roll. You'll understand this. Used a whole roll of paper towels. You know, I run gasoline through there to make sure there was absolutely no shavings inside of that thing. Squeaky clean inside that differential. Replaced it, but you had to go and put brand new roller bearings because I didn't want to have them messed up on the axle shafts and make sure they was right. I was like, well, I got them out. I just may as well pony up the extra money. I got them out. You may as well fix them. That repair took me a couple of days because I wasn't, follow that book, put everything back together, fill it up with oil.
Mitchell, I think you're at least like 40 years old based off the way you're talking. Hey Riker, have you ever seen a John Deere tractor engine explode? I've seen it. It is it's pretty scary. Saw a tractor one time, one of the newer ones from like 5 years ago. It
You read what Mitchell just posted? Yeah, you have 456s. You pretty tall in there. I can see why you want to go lower on them.
Oh, you have, Mitchell? Nice. Yeah, man, it's freaky, huh? Mitchell probably knows what I'm talking about because it's more farm related, but John Deere used to have this really big problem with some of their newer tractors, specifically in like 2017, 2018 era. And what happened is the way that they designed the front of the hood and stuff, or like the sides of it where the tires are, if corn debris or whatever built up, usually they build up pretty good around there, around the tires, and it would stack up against the side of the engine where the engine breathed, and so many engines would catch fire or blow up, and they would just, I don't know, they had so many problems, they had so many reports and stuff of it. It was crazy. And it would completely ruin the tractor. Have to put a new engine in it.
That's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No. I'm looking at, my buddy just sent me something, and it's one of those things like, yeah, uh-huh. Look at that. That's pure demolition work. Sorry, I kind of...
And these cows are making so much milk. My word, I have to get the milk truck out again. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much, Mitchell. Bye bye, engine. Okay, I'm not paying any attention tonight, man. Well, he's back to other things, yeah. But yeah, Mitchell, for real though, what do you think of my baby? What do you think of my bigger baby? My first baby was my PC, you know. Racker, do you remember when you first built your very first PC, man?
Oh, really?
No? All the ones that you currently have, you built, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's probably been about what? They're about what, 10 years old, right? You have a 1060?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably about 10 years old then. Close to it. I can't afford that, Mitchell. Otherwise I would have. I mean, it's fine. I got a really good deal on it, so... I mean, I shouldn't really complain. You know what, Mitchell, I'll get it if you buy it for me. How about that? I'll make you that deal. Or if I get enough donations for that amount of money, and then I'd save up for it and buy it. Schmeekums on at this hour?
Yep, I thought I'd, see what's up, and then I see you're doing a live stream. I've got something converting right now, so I got a few minutes.
Ah, fun.
I was just in my FE304 on Province, I think they call it, castles on each side. And this enemy Oni was sitting behind a building and finding out the hard way that an FE304 is a very high reach tank. So after the battle, I was like, okay, I got to message this guy, because I wasted like 25 shots trying to kill him. And that he's really did his job well, and I should, right? So after battle, I'm typing, dude, you are an excellent heavy tank player. Before I can finish it, he types in, you're a blight on the game. I said, yes, I'm a blight on the game, especially in my FE304.
You missed it earlier, Drats. I was freaking playing earlier in the T832, and this FE35 or this FE3000 whatever 3505 or whatever.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The Tier 8 British one. He fired 2 AP shells at me. He penned me twice. Each one was for 600. I was so pissed. And then just as I turn to the side of my turret, he fires another, and it bounces. And luckily, it saved my life. But I'm like, man, I wish Drats were here because he would have been dead. And he was firing only AP like the whole time because I saw him shooting at other people too, and it was only AP. I'm like, bruh.
I carry a little bit of AP, but it's so unreliable that
you have to like be really blessed by RNG.
You really do.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Thomas? How's it going, man? Thanks for joining the stream. It sucks, but yeah, man, it really sucks, but
I said we'll do our best not to cuss too much.
I mean, you know he's.
And you thought I wasn't listening.
Oh.
Why does he sound like tame, Drats?
Like,
What is
hey,
that?
Drat.
Hang on, that's my friend. I'm still trying to get that video resized, and no matter what I do, it looks like I took a small video and tried to expand it, even though I took a video and cut it down to half size. What's up,
In other
Rager?
words, Drats, I need to teach you editing software.
Clearly.
I already told D, but I got to a local grocery store today
Uh-huh.
and was going to pay my groceries, you know, because I told you I have this little SNAP benefit. And
Right.
did it and went up and I was doing something and the guy said it was declined for no funds. I'm like, that ain't right. The funds come active on the 7th. This is the first time I've needed to access them. I said, what are you talking about?
Right.
So I was like, okay, well, I whipped out my debit card and paid for it with my debit card and went on about my
Right.
business. Got home and found out that somebody accessed my
Oh my.
Snap account and took every dime out of it.
Yep.
And guess
Yep.
what? Guess what? They won't replenish it.
Nope. Nope, they will not. It's not your fault that the other person accessed it, and they're not going to replenish it. Yep.
And my use of the card is not everywhere, like gas stations and all this other crap.
Right.
I only use it at certain grocery stores. I know where I go to, and I think last month I changed up and started another grocery store inside that chain, and I think somebody's using a skimmer
Yep,
inside
that
the
could be.
store.
Yep.
And
Mm-hmm.
I called and talked to the manager here at the local to my house, and she's like, I recognize your voice. She said, I know who you are. I said, yes, ma'am. I said, I think I know who you are too, but I said, it's just me and the wife are in there every other day or something like that. But I said, and we talked about it. She said, look, I'm taking all this down and I'm sending it to the corporate office. She said, but I for them, but I'm going to call the police department.
Yep.
Ask to speak to a detective.
Sure.
And I'm gonna tell them, look, you don't get over there now and they find something, they could either A, hide it, or they'll terminate the person will go into vapor in the wind.
Right, you'll never see them. Yep.
And I told D, it was like this, I have coverage over my loss that just so happens to be starting this month.
Gotcha.
So I'm at a zero, I'm technically at a zero net loss. But that just sucks now. But I'm thinking about, what about some mother and her kids in that who's got 500
Mm-hmm.
whatever like that sitting
Right.
for her kids,
Yeah.
and that's gone instantly.
Yep.
And so also too, I've already made my report filed, but I've got to call office because 2 days ago I had Monday morning at 9 o'clock I went through my phone interview and I was approved. And then again, I didn't even know come December, after December 20th, the feds no longer reimburse for losses,
Right.
which I can
Yep.
understand that people are scamming to scam
Oh, yeah.
to say
Mhm.
I got losses in that.
Yeah.
But it's like I told the manager, I said, I have a provable track record I only use at these stores.
Yeah.
And when I told her, if she had went out there and she went and re-inspected all of the terminals, I said, do
Yep.
they do that? Are they required to do that at every store? And she said, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, great. They got somebody in there. And one of the store name listing or whatever like that, one of the places
Yep.
where it is in Miami, effing Florida.
That's it.
And I was
Someone
like,
skimmed your number.
OMG. So,
Mm-hmm.
well, my mother told me when I called and told her, she's just like, I'll cover your losses. She said, you need some money, just let me know. I'll help you out.
Right.
And then I called her and I told her later, I said, hey, Mom, I run my numbers. And I said, I'm going to be at net zero, so I don't need your money. Okay, well, that's good. How did you manage
yeah.
that? I said, well, this is happening, so this is covering. I said, I was going in the positive this month,
Right.
but I really want the police. I really want the police to go over there and walk those registers. And where's your cameras? Because somebody in there knows what they're doing, and they're selling those numbers, and they're making some boink, and they need to go to prison.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they do.
And
They
it
do.
can't be some of these other places. And well, number one, I've lost faith in going to that store over there unless I go in to pay cash. And I pay with my debit card today, but of course that's through my banking. And if they, you know how that works, that's stolen. That
Yeah.
don't matter. But that person knows for a fact that if they can get those numbers, oh, they don't replace it, and it's. And I'm just like,
Yep.
this is not fraud. I mean, this is fraud. This
Mhm.
is stolen. But this is an account that, where is this transaction at when I live here and
Yeah.
I have no history of this?
Yeah.
But they don't look at it like that. Like, okay, we can take that
No,
money or
they don't.
whatever. The money's spent, and we can't give it to you because the feds don't give us more money.
That's right.
Wait, what?
That's right.
I've proven to you that this is 100% fraud. And it
Yep.
doesn't matter. All they want you to do is you have to file a report. So I
Mhm.
get that first day with the details of the name of the store and stuff like that. But it's gone. Oh, my biggest concern is to maybe even go over there tomorrow and go over to where the big office is and go tell them what happened and tell them I need to get a new car. Because like I said, I just got approved. I just got my approval email yesterday that I was approved for the next. So I'm there. I am ready to pay $50 out of my $256. There's nothing there. You know, so-
Yep. I remember when I lived in Connecticut, there was a restaurant in Danbury that they caught them skimming because you were getting all these notifications, these people at credit card companies saying, I didn't buy that. I didn't buy that. And someone looked and noticed that all these people whose credit card was suddenly having one or two incorrect transactions all had that restaurant's name in the previous 2 days. So they stuck a little sting. They got these guys. They nailed them. Blah blah blah. 3 months later, guess what? Doing it again. So they closed that place down, and people went to jail. But yeah, it sucks that the assumption is, look, I'm sorry that was taken from you. We can't do a thing about it.
Right.
You're like, too bad they took your money. Too bad.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's the world we live in, unfortunately. Yep, that happened to
going through-
Carter not long ago.
See,
Yep.
with my bank, I got an app, and so you can't access it without my fingerprint.
Yeah, I'm
And
the same way.
If you
Face
try to
ID.
access it, online, it's 2FA'd as well.
Yep.
So
Yep, I have a federal bank, so good luck with that.
Right.
yeah, so it's like I told her today. I said, look, I'm very well aware. I said, one of my degrees is in computers. I said, I understand this stuff. And I'm just like, look, this has to be the location where some employee in there
Yeah, someone's
really
skimming.
thought about it. I said, well, the skimmer's the only way. I said, that's the only way. That magnetic stripe has to be swiped, and
Yeah.
that's where I swiped it at to pay for groceries.
Mm-hmm. Riker, I did hear something new, like literally a few days ago. I heard there's this new thing going out where they'll use, it's kind of like an X-ray machine, and what they do is they attach it to their phone and it runs through their phone. It's basically like a hacker basically, and what they'll do is they will take it and they will look around and they can literally read everything off of your car. Like they can see, like even if it's in your pocket, they can read it because it responds to a certain radiation in a certain frequency.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they
it's
can
an RFID.
literally read it off of there. So do keep that in mind too. And they
I have
they came out with these
I have-
wallets that block that type
I
of
have
radiation.
card protectors. Yep, I have card protectors where I worked in Connecticut. They gave them away at the at the meetings and stuff, the trade shows, that it's got our logo on it and it's RFID protective.
Yep.
I don't have
I'm-
any RFID chips.
Yeah, so
I
that's
don't have
that's a
my
skimmer.
bank doesn't. My bank does not do RFID at all.
Yeah. Snap doesn't either,
So-
does it?
Well, my bank is owned by a retired Air Force general,
Mhm.
so believe me, he's a security freak.
But your
One
Snap
little
card.
thing goes wrong in your account, and they love to lock your shit up. I've been out of state with getting gasoline, and my my card gets turned
Yep.
off, and I'm on the
Yep.
phone screaming, "What the f?" And they're like, "Well, if you come inside the bank and you tell us you go," and I said, "Whoa, wait a minute, this isn't Russia."
Is your Snap card have a chip?
No, they
Yeah,
no,
okay.
the state doesn't have
Old
chips in.
fashioned. Yes, all
So
old
that's
fashioned.
why
Yep.
I'm saying is
That's a
that
skimmer. That's a skimmer.
it's a
Mhm.
skimmer. It has to be one of the stores that I was at. That's it.
Yep. Yep.
There is no other way to get around it, and I believe that. And what's the change from your previous history to that? That one store.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it takes. Well, gentlemen,
And
I
I've
gotta
seen
go.
somebody in there today
Right.
that was working the register that could fit kind of a techie kind of profile, kind of deal when I was up there, and that's
Could
why
be.
I'm gonna. That's why I'm gonna. That's why I'm gonna call the police department tomorrow and try to get a detective. And I'm gonna be like, look, you can't sit on this. You need to go over there. What if there's some mother with her kids is fixing to walk through there and that bastard's fixing to rip everything out of their account and those kids ain't got no food? You got to get off your ass and go over there now.
Mm-hmm.
Walk by
Yep.
every damn register, and if one of them pulls off, you nail whoever's at that counter.
Mm-hmm.
Cause there was one guy I seen a video. He went in the East Indian store. The guy stopped somebody. Wait, don't do this. Don't do that. He said, he pulled that thing off, and the East Indians got mad because he took it off of there. You're destroying my machine. You piece of shit. I'm calling the cops.
Mm-hmm.
Like the scammers on the internet. How dare you? You are pissing me off.
Mm-hmm. Dude,
Okay,
I
guys,
love
I gotta go
messing
to
with
sleep.
them. All right, Dred,
We will
see
catch you later.
See you,
All
man.
right, night, Draz.
Yeah, and I'll keep talking with you too, Riker. But I'm gonna end the stream too. I'm gonna end my stream. I'm a little tired, so I gotta work tomorrow. Go figure. But yeah,
1 + 1 is 2.
really, I thought it was 5.